Okay, boys and girls, this is Miss May, and today is our first day of long division. Okay, we are going to start off with some simple problems. Okay, and as we go, we'll work on getting better and better. You're not expected to master it on the first day. We do this for 3 or 4 days. You will get better as you go. Okay, today we are starting out using this silly sentence that we use in 4th grade to help us remember the steps of division. It says, does McDonald's sell cheeseburger sandwiches? Okay, that silly sentence is there to help us remember the steps of long division. Does McDonald's sell cheeseburger sandwiches? Divide, multiply, subtract, check, bring down, start over. Okay, so we're going to walk through a couple together to refresh your brain of what we talked about in class. Okay, if we're looking at this first division problem right here, we say the dividend is inside the house. The divisor is outside the door. Okay, so who's outside the door here? I have a 2. Who's just inside the house here? An 8. Okay, if a 2-year-old is knocking at the door and there's an 8-year-old just inside, are they safe? Yep. So we can proceed. We can go ahead. That 2 can go in. Okay, so let's start with divide. My bead's on divide. How many times does 2 go into 8 without going over? Okay, so I'm thinking of my facts of 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. Oh, I didn't go over. I'm just right. How many times does 2 go into 8 without going over? 4. The answer's on my fingers. Okay, when I divide, I get to write on the diving board. Okay, so I'm writing my 4 up top. That's where my answer goes when I divide. Okay, now I move the bead. The next step is multiply. It says multiply what you just wrote, what I just write. 4 times the divisor. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, I'm multiplying, so my answer goes down below because my next step is subtract. Okay, make sure you draw your subtraction line. It'll be the same length as your division bracket. 8 minus 8 is 0. Move your bead. Check. Is your remainder smaller than your divisor? Yes, 0 is smaller than 2, so I'm good. I can keep going. The next step, move your bead, is bring down. Okay, I've already used my 8 here. I haven't used this 3, so I'm going to draw an arrow from that 3, and I stop at my subtraction equals line, and then I bring that 3 down. Okay, I can't divide with just my 0, but when I bring the 3 down, I can start over. Okay, when you bring down, you have to go to start over and back up to divide. I'm starting over. Okay, now it's like I have a new divisions problem down here. I'm like starting over. How many times does 2 go into 3 without going over? Okay, if I have 3 fingers, 2 will only go into it 1 time, right? I don't have another one out here. 2 goes into 3 only 1 time. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Too far. I went over. Okay, so it only goes in 1 time. When I divide, I write on the diving board. Okay, move your bead. Multiply what you just wrote. What did I just write? I wrote a 1 times the divisor. 1 times 2 is 2. It's got to go underneath my 3 because my next step is to subtract. Get your subtraction line. 3 minus 2 is 1. Move your bead. Check. Is your remainder smaller than your divisor? Is 1 smaller than 2? Yes. If it wasn't, that means I made a mistake in divide, multiply, or subtract. Okay, but yes, it is. Okay, my next step is to bring down. Okay, do I have another digit here to bring down? Nope. So I have to check one last thing. Is there something that I could bring up? Yes. Okay, this 1 has to come up. It's going to be remainder 1. So my division problem was 83 divided by 2 is 41, remainder 1. Before you're done, you have to check. Okay, we need to circle the quotient and the divisor. We're going to make a little turtle head problem. So I'm going to come off here to the side, away from my division problem. And I'm going to do 41 times 2. It's a baby turtle head. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. I got 82. What have I not done yet? I haven't added in that remainder. Plus 1, which is my remainder, is 83. So I got my dividend, so I know my answer is correct because I checked it with multiplication. It's been checked. And my remainder is smaller than my divisor. I'm good. Awesome. We got our first one done. Okay, I'm moving on to my next one. Okay. Does McDonald's sell cheeseburger sandwiches? I'm up here at divide. Okay, let's look at the house here. Look at your house first. Okay, who's inside the house here? I have a 2. Who's outside the door? 2. Okay, if you're a second grader and there's a second grader outside, you're safe, right? You're equals, right? Or if you're a 2-year-old and there's a 2-year-old outside, you're safe, you're equals, right? How many times will 2 go into 2 without going over? Okay, 2 times 1 is 2. I didn't go over, so I'm good. 2 goes into 2 one time. I write it right here on top of the digit I just used. Okay, when I divide, I write on the diving board. Multiply what you just wrote times the divisor. 1 times 2 is 2. Subtract. 2 minus 2 is 0. Check. Is your remainder smaller than your divisor? Yes. Bring down. Okay, who do I have to bring down? I haven't used yet. This 7, I'm going to draw an arrow from that 7 just to the equals line and then bring the 7 down. Okay, since I brought down, I have to start over. Back up to divide. How many times does 2 go into 7 without going over? 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. Uh-oh, take that one back out. I went over. How many times will it go in without going over? Would be 3 times. The answer's on your fingers. When I divide, I write on that diving board, right up here. Okay, multiply what you just wrote, what I just write. 3 times the divisor, which is 2. 3 times 2 is 6. I write it down here because my next step is to subtract. 7 minus 6 is 1. Check. Is your remainder smaller than your divisor? Yes. So I'm good. Keep going. Bring down. I already brought down my 7. There's nobody else here to bring down, so I have to say, do I need to bring up? Yes. I can't leave that 1 down there. It's 13 remainder 1. Okay, again, we're going to check it. We're going to circle the quotient and the divisor and make our turtle head to check it. I'm going to do 13 times 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. Plus my remainder. Plus 1. It just happened to be 1 again. 26 plus 1 is 7. 6 plus 1 is 7. 2 plus nothing is 2. I got my dividend, so I know my answer is correct. Okay, one more example, boys and girls. Okay, let's look at this one. Look at who's in the house here, who's just inside that door, is 8. Okay, who's outside the door, who's my divisor, is my 9. Uh-oh. If there's an 8-year-old outside and somebody bigger outside that door, knock, 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 knocking at the door, there's somebody bigger than you outside the door. Are you going to go? No, right? You're not going to go. Someone bigger than you is outside that door. They could hurt you, right? So what do we say? This 8 says, I have to go get my big brother. Okay, so then he'll be safe with his big brother. So we're going to draw a little line under here to show that we went and got the big brother. And now it's not just 8 inside. Now it's 89 inside the house. Okay, now we start our division problem off. Okay, how many times does 9 go into 89 without going over? Okay, so I think of my facts of 9. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 3 is 27. 9 times 4 is 36. I got a ways to go still. 9 times 5 is 45. 9 times 6 is 54. 9 times 7 is 63. 9 times 8 is 72. 9 times 9 is 81. Ooh, I'm getting close. 9 times 10 is 90. Ooh, too far. So the answer's on my fingers. How many times will it go in? 9 times. When I divide, I write on the diving board, but this is very important. I can't just write it wherever I want on that diving board. I used my big brother, so it has to go above my big brother. Okay? How many times does 9 go into 89 without going over? 9. Move your bead. Multiply what you just wrote, 9, times the divisor. 9 times 9 is 81. We just found that fact on our fingers. Okay, move your bead. Subtract. 89 minus 81. 9 minus 1 is 8. 8 minus 8 is nothing. Check. Is your remainder smaller than your divisor? Yes. So I can keep going. Bring down. Okay, I've already brought this guy. I've already worked in this column. There's nothing out here. So I have to say, is there anything I can bring up? I can't bring down. Yes, there is. The answer is 9, remainder 8. We must check our answer. Circle your quotient and your divisor. 9 times 9. We know that fact. We just did it. 9 times 9 is 81. Plus my remainder. 81 plus 8. 1 plus 8 is 9. 8 plus nothing is 8. I got my dividend, so I know my answer is correct. Okay, use these steps, boys and girls, to check your work. Watch the video. Do your homework. Move a bead or move a penny or something down your paper so you're doing each step as you go. Okay, be very careful with your math facts. You must learn your math facts, so this will be easier for you. Bye, guys. Do your best on your homework and put it on Schoology.